You've been met by a terrible fate, haven't you? How's it going, you wonderful people? It's Jay, and in today's video we are celebrating 20 years of The Legend of Zelda Majora's Mask by looking at a history of the game and just what makes this Nintendo masterpiece just so special. Released on the 27th of April 2000, this Zelda game has left its mark on fans forever. Just ask any Zelda fan for their top 5 games and Majora's Mask is usually in there because it's so different, so special. You've got 72 in-game hours to save the world of Termina from being destroyed by a giant moon that's being possessed by a demonic mask. It sounds completely normal, right? Most other Zelda games up until Majora's Mask were pretty much the same kind of thing. Go from dungeon to dungeon, beat the boss, get the item, defend Hyrule from a pig dude with a spear. Hello! In Majora's Mask, you can't take a calm stroll through the fields. You're constantly bound by time, by danger, impending doom. At the end of the 72 hours, if Link has brought together the 4 guardian giants, he has a chance to save the world. If he hasn't brought together the 4 giants, then it's probably game over. But it's thanks to the Ocarina of Time that Link can go back to day 1 and replay the event over and over again. It's like Groundhog Weekend set in The Legend of Zelda. Because of this small window of time, you really get to interact with all the NPC characters in this world. It takes a lot of inspiration from Link's Awakening, where you develop really strong emotional bonds with these characters that are about to be destroyed by this giant moon. But why did Nintendo pick this Groundhog Day mechanic? Why didn't they just develop a straightforward sequel to The Legend of Zelda, Ocarina of Time 2? Well, here's a little look at behind the scenes. The reason comes down to just how popular Ocarina of Time was. It was one of the most successful games that holiday season. And what Nintendo wanted to do was just get all the dungeons, remix them a little bit, and release Master Quest, Ocarina of Time Remixed. And the genius, the brainchild behind all of the Ocarina of Time dungeons was Eiji Aonuma. You may know Aonuma as the producer from the more recent Zelda games, but at the time he was the dungeon designer. So Miyamoto went to Aonuma and said, hey Aonuma, can you take all these dungeons, remix them a little bit, and yeah, we can release Zelda Ocarina of Time 2 Master Quest. Aonuma had spent years perfecting all these incredible dungeons in Ocarina of Time. He really wanted to do something new. But Aonuma just wasn't satisfied. He went off and created brand new dungeons in secret. But eventually he went to Miyamoto and he said, look at all these cool new dungeons that I've created. And Miyamoto was like, okay, that's fine, but you've got 1 year, assemble a team of Zelda Avengers, and you've got 1 year to create a sequel to Ocarina of Time. You can reuse some of the assets, if you like, from Ocarina of Time, but create a brand new game. Here you go. Aonuma was excited. He took on the challenge, but they had no idea what kind of Zelda game to create. How can you possibly top Ocarina of Time? So Aonuma went over and spoke to Yoshiaki Kazumi, who you may recognize from the Nintendo Directs, and said, can you please help me with this Zelda game? And as if by pure luck, Kazumi was working on his own little project, where you have a small little world and you explore that world and you live the same days over and over again, learning more about this world. And Kazumi said, sure, I'll help with your Zelda project, only if you include this 3-day mechanic in your new Zelda game. And there we go. That's how Majora's Mask was born. So why masks? Nintendo could have just created loads of brand new items, but instead wanted Link to transform into all these characters who are actually part of this world. And that's what made Majora's Mask just so special. Sure, you can interact and have all these stories with characters, but what if you could not be Link and actually be one of these characters that belonged in this world? It was truly emotional. And there we have it, the story of how Majora's Mask came to be. It's been 20 years, but the game still lives on as one of the greatest Zelda games ever. And if you haven't played Majora's Mask, what are you waiting for? Give it a go. Pick up the game on the Nintendo 64, or there's a 3DS remake as well. Definitely worth playing. And if you like your Zelda merch, be sure to check out our Test of Courage tee that I'm, by coincidence, wearing right now. The link is down in the description. We've got all sorts of geeky and exclusive shirts for you guys to check out. Thanks so much for all your support. And if you want to see more Zelda videos, more videos like this, be sure to hit that like button, smash the subscribe button, and we'll see you, lovely heroes of Hyrule, in the next video. Bye-bye.